Hello, Soulkin, and welcome back to some Don Bring Your Tarot. So I know I haven't done a pick a card in quite some time, but I have had a lot of time to rest, reflect, and kind of think of what I want this channel to actually be and look like. So today I am starting a new animal medicine series to dive into the world of animal energies and their importance to our livelihood and our spiritual evolution overall. As you know, animals play a huge role in every aspect of our lives. So without them, the lives that we cherish would simply not exist. They would be completely unsustainable. So my hopes with this series is that you get some type of clarity or even just relieve a fear that you may have of a certain animal, or if you have animals that show up in your dream time a lot or that you see out in the world and they just seem really auspicious and it seems like a kind of like a divine connection or something like that. Hopefully this will give you some information and some insight as to how that animal is operating in your life and what it may represent in in your life and your current situation. So along with this video, as you can see, I do have a pick a card set up. So we will be getting messages from our dear guide, the eagle, after our educational portion of the video. So the video that I have set up right after this introduction will be basically telling you a little bit about eagle and then the spiritual significance of eagle and what it typically represents when eagle presents itself, especially in dream time space. So please, I urge you to watch that video because I will not be explaining what eagle represents after that video. Once we jump into the pick a card, I will go straight into the pick a card, hoping that you know what the significance of the animal is. So I hope this series brings you so much clarity and understanding and insight, and let's hop right into it. Eagles are an extremely diverse species of large birds of prey that hail from the Accipitridae family. These birds are extremely powerful and are known for hunting many different animals, such as snakes, baby seals, fish, and even other large birds. Eagles are some of the largest birds of prey in the world, with some of them like the Steller sea eagle, who sports a wingspan of approximately 8.1 feet. There are over 60 different species of eagle that can be found all over the world, with many of them being native to Africa and Asia. The importance of eagle medicine has transcended many cultures. They are revered as symbols of strength, power, perseverance, and freedom. In Zulu and Native American cultures, the eagle is seen as a protector and a messenger of God. They are seen as having a direct line of communication to spirit itself. Eagles are also viewed as a symbol of patriotism and victory within American culture, with the bald eagle being America's national bird and its likeness plastered on various buildings, sculptures, and even on our money. When visited by the sentinel of the sky, it is likely that you are being prepared for divine initiation or spiritual test or victory over fear. Eagle teaches us that the true meaning of life is understood and earned by living it, especially through its most challenging parts. Think highly of yourself and others as you remember your connection to everything that is, and a divine power that is higher than your own, and that is within you and everything outside of you. Trust that when eagle appears to you, it is the divine reminding you of your own divinity, grace, and power. You're being honored and protected on your current path as you're prepared to reach new heights. Alright, so we are here to start our pick a cards. So here are all of our piles. We have 4 piles. I picked 4 because 4 is one of my power numbers, and just to represent 4 elements, 4 cardinal positions. So 4 just seems like a really good number, and what I'll probably stick with. So along with the Work Your Light Oracle cards, I'll be using the Spellcaster's Tarot to do a little divining, and then I also have some chakra wisdom cards I'll be pulling, and also some angel messages as well. So we'll get into that as well. Those guys will be shuffled on camera, but we'll start with the messages here. So pile 1 starts here with the honey calcite, and I'll give you a close-up look. One of my favorite stones that I have. And then pile 2, we have the Desert Rose. Pile 3, we have cute little opalite. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have African turquoise. So take a moment to breathe in, hold your breath for a couple seconds and let it out. And go to whatever card you feel drawn to. What is your intuition drawing you to? If it's drawing you to a certain color, a certain number, trust that it's your intuition, and that's how you strengthen that muscle. So that's a really, really fun, easy way to pick a pile. Or you can just hop right into it, whatever shoots first. All right, but I hope you picked your pile, and I will see you in your reading. All right, hello group 1, what's up? So this is for all of our friends who picked the Honey Cow site. We'll be getting your message from Eagle, and what we'll be looking at with Eagle is what we went over in the video. Just kind of looking at your power dynamics and seeing what general message Eagle just has for you and how Eagle may be working in your life as of right now. So let's go ahead and turn over your Work Your Light card and see what the general message is for you from Eagle. So we have, Keepers of the Earth, you're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Oh, I love that. Feels so very obviously direct from Eagle here, just yes, I am here. So I love that. I'm very, very happy to see that. So even with this card alone, it feels so strongly that Eagle is very, very important to you and very, very prominent in your life. You might be someone who feels very, very strongly attracted to or even attached to eagles, hawks, and different large raptors, different large birds. I can feel so strongly that you have a very large mental space. Like your mental space is very open, it's very vast, and there's a lot that happens there. It's just like a whole entire metropolis of thoughts and worlds and visualizations, like just these visions, in your mind, in your mental space. It seems very, very open and very, very beautiful. There feels like also there's a lot of protection here for sure, especially with this card out here. There feels like there's a lot of protection, there's a lot of sanctity, and there's a lot of trust that is either being asked of you or that you already offer to the divine. It feels different. It feels like there are a couple of different people here. It feels like there are people here who are extremely connected and who feel very connected to their divinity and their spirituality and their gifts or their talents. And there feels like there are another group of people here who want that, who are craving that, but there's a fear here that they don't have wings. And what's funny, because what I'm picking up is it's like this energy of Eagle, taking his talons and grasping you, and I will carry you through this fear if you trust in me, if you trust in your own ability, if you trust in your own capability to connect with me. So I'm loving this energy and loving that message that's coming through. So let's get a couple of tarot cards and see what other messages we got going on here with Eagle today. Ooh. So we have strength. We have, let me show you the card actually. We have strength in reverse. We have, justice. And we have the Four of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. And then our bottom deck, we have the Two of Wands. Man. So there are a group of you out there. This may not be for everyone, but there are some of you out there who are simply afraid of trusting their higher guidance. Like there is this fear, and it feels so trapped. It's almost like the fear itself is trapped in your own spirituality. Like the fear itself is trapped in this idea of what your spirituality should be, what it should look like. Almost hear like these forceful, like this toxic positivity almost, where it's like, you have to be perfect all the time in order to be spiritual. You have to be kind all the time, generous all the time. You have to be selfless in order to be truly spiritual. And I just feel like, especially with this Justice and Four of Cups in reverse over here, it's like, no, you don't have to be this this Buddha, you know, walking around in order to be a spiritual person or to be spiritually enlightened. Actually, the message that Eagle is bringing through is it's actually the contrary. It's actually being human is being spiritual. Being a human being that is just being is being spiritual. And spirit is always going to have your back in that. You're allowed to be human. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to say, no, I want this for me, and this doesn't have to be for others. And I feel like there is almost like your guidance is almost pushing you towards that way. And your guidance, you may have some experiences in your life where you're being pushed to make very, very like selfish decisions, or what you would consider would be selfish. And you're just like, why am I being guided to do this? Why does this feel right? I thought I was supposed to be selfless. I thought I was supposed to be kind. I thought I was supposed to be perfect. I thought that I couldn't experience my anger and my sadness if I'm truly enlightened. And it's just like, no, that is simply just not realistic, because you're a human being. Okay, like you're a human being. So this idea that you have to be this over, you know, this Lord or this Buddha walking the earth is just really, really unrealistic for a lot of us, unless that is your path, you know. So it honestly feels like there's a need here to actually put more trust in your ego. That is coming through very, very strong, very, very plain, simple, and blatant. Like, just put more trust in your ego. Put more trust in your body. Put more trust in what you can actually do. Put more trust in your feelings and what you actually feel. And when you're around someone, what is that person making you feel? That is like the true balance that I feel like my group 1 is trying to get to here. This balance between what do I feel, what feels right, and then this logical mind that says, what do I logically do? How do I bring reasoning to this feeling? And if you would go with the feeling first and say, this is how I feel, and actually cut out the what ifs, because I feel like with this Two of Wands energy over here, you're almost like trapped in this realm of what if, and it's like a broken record almost. And there's like this guidance, this higher guidance that's coming through here, especially with this bird in his hand, that is just like, and right under is a Nine of Swords. Yeah, like there's this higher guidance here that's like, okay, like you're tying your leg down, you're tying your arm down, you're not giving yourself enough space to actually capitalize on your capability and what you're actually able to do. Just trust that higher guidance, and you can be free of this like a what if. It's like almost, what if I use my power? What if I move along? What if I trust in my future? What if I trust in my destiny, my fate? What if I actually find this beautiful balance between my spirituality and my practicality? What if I find that? What if I don't? What if this is all wrong? It's like this constant battle, and it doesn't need to be that, honestly. Like Eagle's coming through very, very strong, saying like, trust in your power and trust in your connection to the divine, and trust in your inklings, and trust that the one thing that is true here, especially with this Four of Cups in reverse, especially with the Keepers of the Earth, is that your guides are in your life, and they're working with you very, very, very closely. I mean, they are just right there with you. They are right there with you. This is you, and your guides are just right there. working this all out with you. And some of the challenges that you may be experiencing right now may seem challenging, but they're all for the greater good of you. Absolutely. Like, you need some, you need some, but like, you could benefit greatly from having more confidence in yourself and your abilities, and having more confidence and trust in your guides. It's almost like when you doubt yourself, you doubt your guides too. When you have this fear of trusting yourself and your higher guidance and your higher knowing, you are almost translating that fear, and they love you unconditionally, and they understand that you're human, but there's just like, it's getting to a point to where it's kind of weakening you a little bit, to where you're feeling a lot more drained than you need to be, and your mental space can't actually operate on the levels in which it can, because it is so large and expansive. So trust your higher guidance, trust your feelings, and actually put a little more gusto behind your ego. Trust that you are capable, trust that you are worthy of living in this world, and trust your animal body. Trust your body, and trust that all this can be balanced out for you, especially with this Justice card in the middle of Strength and Four of Cups. Four of Cups to me is always talking about higher guidance. You're either listening to it, or you're tuning it out, or you're just over it and you're bored with it and you're done with it because you're not seeing results fast enough or something like that. And then typically when I get Strength in reverse, it always resonates with me. Like, there's this transformation or this change that you're afraid of or stepping into, or like there's like this weakening of a connection because you're so far into contraction because you're afraid to expand, because expand is bigger, and expanding means doing things that are outside of this comfort zone, and you have Justice right here trying to balance that. Also, the word jealousy is coming through too. I don't know why I wanted to like say it a couple times, but there might be some this message is for someone out there, but it almost seems like there's something you feel guided to do and you want to do it, but you are jealous of people who already have it. And really truly, there's this energy, just look to your future, because you have something just like everybody else that no one can offer, which is you, which is your highest self, which is your best self. And there's just no need to be jealous of what other people can do, because you do you and they do them, and that's how the world operates, and that's how it needs to be, because you and other people just have a very, very unique flavor of life, and that is to be appreciated for sure. Appreciate your own flavor, and appreciate that other people have other flavors that may be similar to yours, but they are never yours. We all have our own unique flavor to be tasted and to be shared out into the world. That came through so strongly here, just randomly, especially with Justice holding this pomegranate. We all have a unique flavor, and it's very, very beautiful when you share that and people love it. So there's no need to be jealous, for sure. And I understand, but it's unnecessary. So let's get you a chakra wisdom card. Ooh, there's a lot of energy in here for you. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, we have the sacral chakra with sensuality. I encourage myself to express my sensuality and emotions creatively using all my faculties, including touch, voice, and actions, and creative abilities such as art, craft, music, acting, cooking, gardening, and writing. I practice being aware of and enjoying my senses, being nourished and stimulated by the natural world, such as by landscapes, people, weather, animals, aromas, and sounds. I love that. So that is come through so strongly as connecting to your sacral chakra in that way, in your sensuality. It's like opening you up to that world of trust of the world around you, and the things that are you, the things that make you who you are, and the things that are part of your unique flavor, and how you want to express that flavor out into the world, and how you want to absorb and receive that flavor from the world, especially with people, weather, aromas, and sounds. And animals, it just feels like such a strong like push to almost like connect you with the outer world, so you can really dive into your capabilities, what you're capable of, what you actually enjoy doing, and how you can actually better to connect with your guides in a very tangible way. So we'll get an angel message as well to go right along with this. And thanking Eagle so much for bringing these messages through. Ooh, I just saw a flash of outdoors. That's so funny. That is so funny. Yeah. We have a passion for the bottom deck. Archangel Hanuel. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. And we have Archangel Ariel with spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you're ready to soar. Trust yourself, because you are extremely, extremely capable. And it's okay that other people are doing things similar to you. It's completely fine. Whatever this fear is, know that Eagle is definitely there, and spirit and source is definitely there. You are not alone in this at all, to help carry you to your next advancement. And it's all about tapping into that nature of you and who you are, and trusting your body and your feelings and your own flavor, and trusting that you're worthy of experiencing life, and you're worthy of having other people experience you. That's exactly how that's coming through. You're worthy of having other people experience you, for sure. So that is all I am seeing for our Eagle message for our group 1 pile. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I hope to see you next time, and I hope this brought you much clarity, much understanding. And if it did not, that's okay. Take what resonates and the rest will fall away. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye. All right, hello group 2. Excuse me about my voice. This is for all our friends who picked the beautiful desert rose. I love this energy so much. So we will get into your messages. I really hope you didn't skip the intro, because I will not be talking about what Eagle represents here. That's what the videos, the beginning of the video was for. Here we'll be diving right into the messages. So what we'll do is we'll see what the overall energy of this message is from Eagle with the Work Your Light. We'll also be using some Spellcaster Tarot, chakra wisdom cards, and also some angel messages as well. So we'll dive into all of that. Let us see what your primary message is from Eagle. Oh yes. Don't dim to fit in, my friend. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? I love that. Ooh. Don't neglect your power. Don't neglect your potency. Don't neglect these pieces of yourself that you feel like you need in order to fit into the group of people, or the lifestyle, or the career, or even like I'm getting to like a romantic partner. Like, I want to date this person, but this person doesn't match me or meet me in this way, so I'm going to dim so that I can be more compatible with them, or so that I can be more, so that I can relate to them in a deeper way almost. It's like, ooh, that is interesting. That message might not be for everybody, but it's coming through very strongly for someone out there who is wanting to connect with a romantic partner in a deeper way, but the romantic partner is not necessarily interested in them not interested in the way they want to connect, and not interested in them and like their ideas. It's not necessarily not interested in you as a person, but interested in your ideas and the things that fascinate you. And it's almost like you have to put that piece of you in a box and set it aside in order for your relationship to work, and that just feels very unfair. It's almost like you have to negotiate or compromise on such a large part of you, and it feels kind of painful. I'm not gonna lie here. there's another message coming through where, especially with work, I just can see so many different stories where people are putting themselves in different outfits and forcing themselves and pigeonholing themselves into all these different little places in order to fit, and you're growing and you're getting too large for the pot. And it's just like, I feel like tapping into this field, I just feel so frustrated, so small, so tiny, and like no one can actually see me, and no one can actually see the effort that I am putting into actually showing up in this space. And that is coming through strongly for a large group of people, for this energy here. Please, it's time to break the mold, friend. Like, it's time to speak up. It's time to use your voice. It's time to really, really step up and step out, because you're forcing yourself in this tiny pot with minimal potting soil, and it's just not big enough for you to grow. Like, there's not enough space, there's not enough nutrient. And you just keep trying to shrink and shrivel in order to fit into this space, and it's like you can't do it, because it's almost like your higher self or your intuition in your body knows that this isn't right. So it's always bringing you back to that light space and that space in you that says, no, I want more, I desire more. I don't fit in with this place, I don't fit in with these people, I don't fit in with this job, and that's okay. Because you have a tribe out there that is calling you, and that's why you're stretching and expanding. It's like you have this magnetic pull towards the people, places, and things in your life that actually want you and need your essence and your flavor. And by trying to stuff it into this melting pot where it's not necessarily benefiting you or necessarily others either, it's like it just gets to a point to where it doesn't make sense, and your higher self is calling, and you hear that call very, very loudly. I can hear it. You hear it and you feel it in your body, and you feel the desire to move, to get to that place. And it's just, there's a level of trust that ego is asking you to have here. Ego is asking you to please trust your inkling, but also please trust when you're being asked to grow. Don't stay in the same spaces based on other people's opinions, other people's ideas. Do what you need to do that is best for you, but always remember to make sure you're doing it out of true intuition and true practical mind. Make sure you're being balanced, and make sure you're making decisions that also take your body into account and that are catering to your body, and making sure that you're safe. But this is, I feel like my stomach is so tight, and it's just like a ball trying to like contort and fit into this ever shifting, ever turning box that you just can't seem to find comfort in. And ego is just ready to take its talons and like rip you out of that box. Ego is coming through really, really, really strong here. Like, it's almost like an urgent message from ego, almost like you are powerful, you are potent, and it's very palpable. And when you're trying to put this ingredient into stuff that it just doesn't mix with, it's almost like a waste of ingredient. So, that's coming through very, very strong with our ego energy over here. So let's dive into some of the other messages that we may have with our current message. We have the High Priestess, Page of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. in reverse. Yeah. I don't know why I felt so guided to pull 4 cards, but that's coming through. And then we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. This pot or this mold, this foundation that you're trying to stuff yourself inside of or into, it's going to give way almost whether you like it or not. It just feels like there's a new pot for you. There's a new foundation, there's new beliefs, new thoughts, new everything that wants to like be present in your life. And in order for you to take hold of that and to grasp that, it's like you really, really have to trust this high priestess over here. She's coming through like very, 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 very strongly with a do not dim to fit in, because that is her. She doesn't have to dim to fit in. She is the keepstress. She is the mystery, the higher guidance, the sacred, the secret to the divine feminine. And divine feminine, just the energy, not the gender. And she is just coming through very, very strong with this. Like, this too. Almost like her pointing to this symbol, these symbols in the book. And she's just like, this. This is something that you know. You already know this. Like, this is something that you've already felt. This is something that you are dealing with. So it's almost like this energy of, especially with the Page of Swords here and the Knight of Pentacles, it's like, it's just getting your mind in track with that. Like the Page of Swords is really coming through right now with like a beginner's mind, like coming through with a beginner's mind, which is typical for a Page of Swords, but kind of like thinking differently about your situation and how you can actually operate in it and out of it differently. There is a piece of you that is highly, highly awakened, that is attached to this divine feminine, and a lot of you are probably naturally clairaudient, clairvoyant, intuitive, and you're picking up on these signs and cues in your life, synchronicities in your life, and all these little things that are telling you or pointing you in a certain direction. But there is this fear here, especially with the Hierophant over here, where you're not fully trusting, which is this message seems a little similar to group 1, but different in the way that it's almost like that you're capable, especially with this Knight of Pentacles. That you're capable. It's not that you're not capable. It's not that you don't believe in your own capacity, your own style, your own ability. It's almost that you don't believe in the higher guidance, and it's almost like you don't believe in something outside of you to carry you. Like, you're not necessarily that you don't believe in it, but you're afraid to put trust in it, because you have to loosen some control. And in the situation that you're in now, where you can manipulate this box, where you can toss and turn inside this box and never feel comfortable, even though you're not comfortable, you feel safe in the way that you can control it. So you can control yourself in this box. But if you release yourself from this box and you go and you have to find a new place to root, you don't have any control over what that is or what that may potentially look like. And I think, and I honestly am feeling like that process will happen at its own time, and it happened almost very slow for you, so that you can build a sturdier foundation and community of people, and not only like the divine, but like actual human beings, a community of people that you can connect with and that make you feel human and that make you feel good. But also, like, there's this fear that you have of actually trusting the spiritual guidance itself, because there's this fear of, like, it's almost like you go from being, I trust this, I love this, I really understand this, and I feel very, very connected to the divine, to the complete opposite of, what if the universe is all random, the divine isn't real, spirit guides and all that isn't real. But you do know what you can count on, which is your own ability. You can always count on your own ability. But this high priestess is like, yeah, you are capable, you're wonderful, you're worthy, and you're amazing, but there's even more to you than that. and you're being asked really by ego, especially ego's coming through so strongly right now, especially as like a strong feminine energy ego has attached to this message here, which is very different from the first, where it's just like crack open to receive this new foundation that wants to come in, even if that cracking may be a little painful or it might destabilize your current situation. But you will be so much happier that you did, because there's some higher spiritual guidance that's coming through, and there's this like balance that's happening in your life that you're just not trusting. You're afraid to trust this. And what's sticking out to me right now too is like this mountain peak, you know. So look at that imagery right there. You see this, like it's like this peak of the pyramid is speaking very, very loudly. And you know, this peak, you're at a peak. It feels like you're at a peak, you know. Even with the high priestess over here, like this peak of the moon, you know, like she's just peeking out. It's like you're at this peak moment in your life for sure. You know, and you trust your capabilities, and you're very, very well aware of what's going on, but you are afraid to dive into the divine, which is completely understandable. But you are definitely being asked to dive into the divine. So let's get you a couple of chakra wisdom cards, and then we'll pull an angel message as well. So you have, I'll read these two. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So your first card is the solar plexus, the warrior, with I embrace my inner strength, power, and resilience, and I allow myself to shine. Exactly. I unfold my full potential as an empowered person with a true sense of who I am. I grow in consciousness as I overcome and transcend life's challenges. I need the warrior inside me for the journey ahead, and I am courageous in moving forward. Exactly. Absolutely. With that beginner's mind, you trust your capabilities. You know that you're powerful. You know it. You know that you're a warrior. You know that. You know you shine very, very brightly. It's all about what? Connecting with spirit. So we have the throat chakra with connect with spirit. I develop a quiet mind that allows me to tune in and get in touch with my higher self or my spirit. I listen for the guidance that is there waiting for me to hear. I am open to the truth, and I welcome spiritual inspiration from others. I will benefit greatly by practicing meditation and stillness. I ask for inner guidance to assist me in getting more in touch with my spirit. I know that if I ask for guidance, it will be given. Absolutely. Especially with the Hierophant and the High Priestess here. If you ask for guidance, true guidance, you might not like what you hear or what you get, but it's going to be delivered to you very, very plain, very, very simple. You know, it's come through very strongly. I can feel there are even people in your life that you can go to ask for higher guidance, and you might not like what they say, but it's just simply the truth. You are a shining light, and it's like you're at the peak of your game, and it feels like what you have molded in this box that you are in, you had such a large hand in creating this thing that leaving it feels like you're betraying yourself or a piece of yourself or the people who helped you build this thing, but you know it doesn't fit anymore, and it could be time to let it go to someone else so that they can reach their peak as well. You know, that story could be the truth for someone out there watching this video. So this definitely is all about trusting your higher guidance, because you already trust your capability, but you have to get it through your mind that there is a higher guidance working in your life. If you didn't believe that to some extent, you wouldn't be watching this video. So definitely trust and believe that you are being directed, you're being guided, and it's almost like the energy is just waiting on you to make that move, to make that decision, and then everything will move forward. So let's get us an Angel message. Ooh, that came through very quickly. Let's see what we have. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry that I laugh like that, but it's just so funny when it just is there. Career transition, Archangel Shamuel. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Could that be any more simple? Like, it's just there, you know. And you have bottom deck, which is the same, which this card came out for group 1 too. Spread your wings, Archangel Ariel. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you're ready to soar. You know, like it doesn't get any more simple than that, for sure. It's just I feel like I just want one more in here too, but it's just like it makes sense, and it's coming through very, very strongly for this group for sure. And you have comfort, Archangel Azrael. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Oh, that's so sweet. And it makes me so happy to hear that with you, with this transition and with whatever is going on in your life, just knowing that Eagle is with you, the angels are with you, your guides are with you, whether you trust them, whether you know it, whether you honor it or not, they are with you because they love you and support you unconditionally. And what is happening in your life is for your highest and greatest good. Absolutely. So that is all I am seeing for our group 2. Thank you so much for coming through. I hope that you liked and enjoyed this video. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, group 3, for all my friends that pick the opalite. We'll be diving into your message from Eagle today, and I hope you were able to watch that intro so you know a little bit about what Eagle is about. I won't be explaining it here. What we'll do is we'll actually get into your overall energy, your overall message from Eagle, and then we'll pull some tarot from our Spellcaster's Tarot deck, and then we'll also be getting a couple of chakra wisdom cards, and we'll be pulling a couple of messages from the angels as well. So let's see what the overall message from Eagle is for our opalite children today. We have, I'm going to mispronounce this, judge me. I'm Rama. Where are you being called to journey to? Oh my goodness, this is so interesting. This is so heavy. I feel something almost sitting on the top of my womb. There's this energy here of increased involvement in your life. Almost like you want to have more involvement in your own life, and it almost feels like there's someone you want to have more involvement in your life too, like someone you want to help you make decisions. And it almost feels too, there's a message coming through too about there's this cracking open that is happening for you, and you're being cookie crumb led to a certain place or a certain thought or belief, and the anchoring in or the integrating of this belief is going to open up this whole new world for you if you trust it, if you work with it, you know. It almost feels like it's inevitable, which I'm sure it is, but it feels so refreshing, but there's some grief with it. This is giving me such like 8 of Cups vibes. Like, it's refreshing, it's a release, it's a letting go, but there's this pressure or this fear or this almost like it just feels like a disharmony or something, like this pressure on my womb that just feels like you're afraid of experiencing something out of bounds, or you're afraid of experiencing something that you've never felt before. And it feels like another person definitely plays a huge role in this. I'm not sure who that person is. It could be a friend, lover, parent, teacher, anything. But it definitely feels like there's someone else is playing a huge role in this cracking open. And it almost feels like something is being divinely orchestrated up here, almost like Spirit is sending out goons or something to like help pull you towards this thing, like a cookie crumb trail, like I was saying, like this being led. There's like a call that you're following. It's so divinely orchestrated. Like, it's so interwoven in the stars, this experience up here, and it's just like, it's gonna happen. And there's like this, almost like this drifting that's happening. There are people that you're drifting away from, and people and experiences that you're drifting to. And there's a guilt and a grief here for sure. But you know, this ocean, this refreshment, this connection is what you want. You want to live here. You want to embrace this. You want to really be in it. But it does not come without grief. Because the letting go in this situation feels very, very hard. Oof. There's a strong connection to someone else. There's a song playing in my head too called In Your Arms, and it's like you want to be with that person, but it could be a third party situation that is coming through, almost like you're with someone but there's someone else you want to be with more, and you know that it feels so alive and aligned, but releasing this other person is just going to be too painful. And it's almost like Eagle. It's so funny because Eagle is a monogamous animal and they mate for life. And it's almost like you had this idea in your mind that this person that you were with, you were going to be, this is your eagle, you know, you're going to monogamous, mate for life. But this other person or this other journey or idea has kind of like snatched you away from that dream. It's like Eagle's like, yes. Like, yes. Because it's so divinely orchestrated and it's so on time for your life right now. It's so like where it needs to be. And Spirit definitely has your back in this. My eyes keep getting drawn to the Spirit has your back line on this card, where it's just like, I know this kind of sucks. I know this can feel, and it will feel painful to let this person go, or to let this job go, or this thing go, because it's not that it's a lack of love. It's not that you are constantly having to try and maneuver yourself in these different ways, but it's almost just like the situation overall is just really unsatisfactory. Like, there's not enough passion, there's not enough chemistry, there's not enough color and vibrancy, and that's what you're looking for, and that's what you're being drawn to. Is a more passionate, full, abundant, beautiful life. Like, I smell these beautiful aromas of flowers and these beautiful sweet tastes and just this warmth of a nice bear hug, and just I'm feeling all these things, and they feel like right there with me. But in my reality, it's like the opposite. And I know what I want and I know these things, but telling the truth hurts. Ooh, let's get into some tarot and see what is going on. And see if we can bring any more clarification to this message from Eagle. It's like Eagle is like guarding you and tracking you to make sure that you like know what this route is. And it's almost like sending you signals through, like, if you see like eagles in your life, like I hear the call of eagle so loudly in my right ear. It's just like call, you know, like we're just like, you're not getting away from me. You're not getting away from this energy, this message, where you're being led, where you're being called to journey to. You're not getting away from this. This is such a strong Eight of Cups energy, but it's so funny because when I go into the mental space, it immediately becomes like an Eight of Swords, like a trap. Like I'm trapped here, I'm stuck because I long for this thing and I want this thing, but my current situation doesn't allow me to have this thing. Ooh, and the Ten of Wands just showed itself as well. Interesting. Let's pull some tarot. It's just so much coming through Eagle and just that message overall by itself. So let's see what we have. We have the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune. Yep, it's very magical and divinely orchestrated for sure. We have the Star. Yeah. Yep. And we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah. And bottom deck, the Eight of Swords. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm actually being called to cut too. Whoa. I'm glad I cut. Because I was like, I don't know why I feel so called to cut. The Three of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah. That's definitely here for sure. This is a painful situation, but it's so rewarding. And there's almost, and that's so beautiful that we have this opalite too, with this like opalite like coloring on this card. This is definitely, if you were needing or looking for a sign, my friend, this is it. This is, you are being led to your truth, to your majesty, your highness. And this is so divinely orchestrated. It's crazy. I mean, the divine is really pinpointing and turning this wheel, and is really, really active. Like there, like I said, like earlier, like Spirit is sending out goons to make sure this goes as planned. Like making sure this goes as planned. And it's funny, what's funny is this is something with the Magician, this is something you've been manifesting. This is something you asked for. This is something that if you are very deep into spirituality, not very deep, but if you are deep into like moon magic and spell work and manifesting, scripting and stuff like that, this is, you definitely have been doing those type of things, like setting intentions, clearing. You've been doing all the work. But now that you're at this point to where you want to receive, there's like this fear over here. Like it's like, oh man, like this is for real. And you didn't realize how manifesting and bringing all these things into your life, how powerful and how potent it actually was, and how it's actually it's showing itself, it's working. And it's almost like you did it and you were like, I'm doing this and I love this and I support this, but there's also a little tinge of fear there that is not completely real, but it's like you had more faith than you gave yourself credit for. You had way more faith than you gave yourself credit for. Ego's coming through so strongly with that. Like it's just a message from ego repeatedly. You had more faith in you, more faith in the divine that you gave yourself credit for. And now that all these little pieces of you and other people in the world around you are unlocking, and there's some things that are just falling away that you thought would never fall away. People, places, ideas. What's under here? The Five of Wands. Yeah. And what's under that? The Four of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, this is something you definitely have been working for, and you're like designed for it. You're designed for this upgrade, you know, like You're definitely designed to grasp this update in your life. And spirit and ego want to take you there for sure. Like, no question about it. With a star, the magician, the wheel of fortune, the 8 of wands, you don't have to worry about anything. You are protected and you're being led to this place, this mental place, this emotional place, this spiritual place, this physical place. But you're having to leave something behind that is very important. And you're releasing yourself from this cage and this pain, this guilt and this shame. You're releasing yourself, and you've been doing that for so much. You've been doing so much upheaval to release yourself from this pain. Yeah. You've been doing so much upheaval, you know? So much. You didn't even realize how much power was behind the work that you were doing. You didn't realize it. You were just doing it because it felt right. You were just doing it because that's what your intuition led you to do. You were just doing it because you desired it. You're magical. You're potent. You trusted your own power, but you didn't know truly how powerful that trust was or is. This is you. These two energies on these cards are giving off like the same resonance for me. Like this woman down here with like this like aura around her and these sparkles, these stars. That is the same type of energy. This is you. This is stepping into your star power. This is stepping into the height of your life, your game. This is stepping into reception. This is stepping into the fulfillment, the nourishment that you've been craving, that you've been needing in your life. This is it. Been doing a lot of good work, for sure. And it's like you're like right at the end, especially with this 8 of wands coming in right at the end of this reading too. It's like you're like right at the end of this journey. It's like out of this 3 of swords, this 8 of swords energy, especially with them being inverted, and into really recognizing and trusting divine orchestration in your life, trusting your magic and trusting your power. And this is just being so strongly, like it's just like coming in very fast, very soon. And it's like you're at the end of this journey. It's like this bird here is just like with you, like your guidance. Like even though this is not an eagle on the card, this feels like eagle energy, like just guiding you. And like we're coming out of this tunnel, and you're being called to journey out of that tunnel. And this is a journey you've been on for a while. This is not small. This is not, oh, I just started this yesterday. This has been some years. Let's pull some chakra wisdom cards and see if we can get a little more insight on what's going on here and like the chakras that this is affecting, or that are like leading this charge. So we have radiate warmth and sincerity, and acknowledge spirit. And the bottom of the deck, you have bliss. Wow. I seek and find peace, quietness, and moments of bliss in my life. I am persistent in this quest. I allow myself to feel divine presence radiating within and around me. I allow myself to create abundance and fulfillment and to live a life free of fear. Meditation is a part of my life. Yeah, for sure. You have the crown chakra. You have the third eye chakra with acknowledge spirit. I trust in a higher source and I acknowledge my direct connection with it. In the stillness, I listen for the wisdom inside, and I am open to the spirituality that is within and all around me. I know that love is the creative force. I meditate and welcome mystical truths. I am open to seeking guidance in my spiritual quest from a spiritual teacher, master, or guru. For sure. And then we have the heart chakra. Radiate warmth and sincerity. I am open to sharing, accepting, communicating, and connecting with others as I focus on this moment, not the past or the future. A smile, a kind-hearted way of speaking, or a hug goes a long way towards uplifting others. I offer care and support where I can without rescuing. I nurture and respect my relationships. Yeah. And especially with this, I nurture and respect my relationships. If there is, I'm sorry about the music in the background. If there is a relationship in your life that needs nurturing, it definitely feels like now would be a great time to do that. And sometimes too, some relationships, and you'll know if this is for you. If it's not, please don't take it as, oh, I need to break up with this person. No. Sometimes do the best thing that you can do for yourself and another person, which is the most caring, healthy thing you can do, is let the situation go and let them go and venture off to what it really is you're being called to, what you're designed for. And sometimes you're designed for, or you're being called to or asked to nurture and replenish the relationships that you're already in. Take what resonates and what feels right to you. Only you'll know that. And your intuition is off the charts. You'll know if that is you. But this is coming through very, very strongly as this situation involves another person, like another being. And this feels so much like Eight of Cups energy. So that could be walking away from an emotional situation, a mental thought or construct or belief, a physical situation, or even some old spiritual belief that no longer serves you. But this is definitely walking away and exiting a situation that no longer serves you and going into a situation that you've been manifesting and you've been asking for and you've been craving for. And ego is really here to tell you that it's happening. It's happening right now as we speak. So definitely coming through very, very strongly. Now let's get an angel message for you. We have, yeah, brilliant idea. Archangel Uriel. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Yep. Not surprised to see that. Oh, yes, actually. We have claircognizance. Archangel Uriel again. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Yes, your intuition is off the charts. You'll know. You will know. You know what is meant for you and what's not. Like, you've been manifesting. You've been doing the work. And what you've been wanting in your life has been super, super supported by spirit, the angels, your entire spiritual team, your ancestor, your guides. Like, they've all been around you, helping you in every aspect, in every sense of the word. Let's get one more card. We have spiritual understanding. Archangel Raziel. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Absolutely. This is all super, super, super divinely orchestrated. You have peace as well from Archangel Shamuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Only love is real. These are coming through very, very strongly. So I hope that this message made sense to you. If not, that's okay. Take what resonates and the rest will fall away. Okay, so I'm glad that you could click this video, and I hope that it brought some clarity, and I hope to see you next time, group 3. All right, bye-bye. All right, hello, Pile 4. This is for all of our friends who picked the African turquoise. Set them right there. So what we're going to do is get into your ego messages. So this Work Your Light card is the overall ego message, the message that you have from ego. And then we'll pull some tarot. Then we also have some chakra wisdom cards, and we almost stuck my hand in there, and some angel messages as well. So like I said at the beginning, I will not be going over what ego means. That's what the earlier portion of the video was for. So I hope you didn't skip that. But right now we'll get into your messages. So let's see what they are. Overall message from ego is, The crumbling. What are you clinging onto? Interesting. It's like all of the piles are definitely intertwined, which I'm not surprised to see that, especially with the times that we're going through right now. Oof. This is giving me like low-key tower vibes, but not actually tower vibes. Almost like a tower vibe of like, there's something shocking and something new that's going to come in, but it almost seems like it'll be scary at first, or it seems like it'll be it almost seems like it'll be unexpected, and it's just like so like much more pleasant and pleasing than what you expected to be. There's this message coming through from Eagle that's just like, meet me on the other side, like bridge that gap and meet me on the other side. Bridge the gap and meet me on the other side, because the other side has plenty. The other side has plenty, because where you are now, it seems like it has decayed, and there is plenty on this other side that you're journeying to. And like Eagle wants you to take the lead and kind of like walk through that without like thinking that you have to wait on the divine, or thinking that you have to wait, or thinking that, oh, I just have to wait until I get this message or that message or this guidance or that guidance or this person or that place or this paper. It's like, no, like you can do some walking, you can do some talking, you can do some working, you know, like you can walk and you can make it to this place. And it's not far. It's almost like I can like feel this energy of like you just standing here like looking at the doors, and you're just like deciding on whether or not you want to walk through or not, because everything back here, even though it has crumbled away, there's still some sentimental familiar pieces of you, of places, of other things. But this new place is just flourishing, it's blossom, it's blooming, and it'll come as a shock to you almost how well and how beautiful this gift actually really is. Or not even this gift, what you're receiving is so beautiful, and it'll be like actually low-key like a little bit like like what's the catch almost. And it's almost like you're clinging on to this idea of there has to be a catch. You're clinging on to your past, and like the past rubble almost, that like, because it feels familiar and it feels safe. And it's almost like because you watch this decaying happen here, you're afraid that when you walk through this door that the same decay will happen on the other side. And Eagle is just like, no, meet me on this other side. I will nurture you here. We will take care of you here, but we want to make sure that you are willing and you made the decision to come through on this other side. So that's what's coming through very, very strongly from Eagle, is to meet Eagle halfway, meet Eagle on the other side. You know, it's actually not as scary as you think it is. It's almost like too, like you may be at the door and you're staring at the closed door and you're afraid to open it because you don't know what's on the other side, but this is what's on the other side for absolutely sure. So let's dive into some tarot and get some of your messages and see what we have coming through here. Ooh, interesting. It's actually right. Let's see what we got. The Hangman. Make that sacrifice. Walk through from that decay into the radiance. Three of Pentacles. You will be supported. We will work with you on the other side. It's coming through very, 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 very strongly. Very, very, very direct message. Two of Pentacles, juggling between whether or not you want to walk through this door or not. There's also like a blessed, like I love Two of Pentacles. It's always gives this energy of being like embracing your own harmonious change, balance in places where you would never imagine it being, you know, like I love the Two of Pentacles so much. And our last card is the King of Cups in reverse. So, and let's see what our bottom deck is as well. Queen of Pentacles. And I like looked at the card and I just like want to like burst out laughing because it's just so funny. Yeah. You are ready to receive abundance. Like, I mean, and when I say abundance, it's not all about wealth and money and stuff, even though that is definitely part of it. And money is amazing. Money is your friend, and money deserves to be treated like a friend. But it just seems like there's like life will just be more abundant. And it's so funny because it's like the pals are all telling like a story here with Eagle, and it's like Eagle's working with us all on like different parts of this journey of letting go, of stepping through, of walking away, you know, flying away. And it's like Spirit and Eagle in your situation, group 4, is taking a step back and like, okay, it's almost like you're on this cliff. You're over here, and Spirit and Eagle, you know, are over here. And Eagle's just like, just jump. Just go to the other side. Just jump to the other side. It's fine. Like, you're gonna be fine. Just jump. Just leap. But you are looking down, you know, and like, oh God, this is scary. I can't do this. And then it's like your emotions get the best of you, and you almost get trapped in this whirlwind or this whirlpool of like, I can't do this. It's so scary. You know, it's funny because it's like you have the King of Cups here in reverse. You know, that masculine energy, not the gender, is like asking you to just do it. Like, you know, just do it. Like, and it's like with this pair here, the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling like, do I want to jump or do I want to stay back here? Because back here is familiar. I've been here for a long time. You know, I'm cool with back here. Like, back here is not that bad, but you know, on this other side though, it's kind of popping. But you can't like really decide because like there's this fear of like, dang, I'm gonna have to like actually do this. Like, I'm actually gonna have to commit to doing this. I'm gonna have to make the sacrifice of moving forward regardless of what I gain or what I lose, because this just feels where I'm divinely guided, and all the rubble and all the stuff in the past that I'm clinging on to isn't serving me anymore, but it makes me feel comfortable because it's all the same. And I have to commit to what's new. I have to commit to the new me. I have to commit to my new level, the jobs, the people. I have to commit to these relationships, you know. I have to commit to all of it. I'm sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles because it's just super therapeutic for me. But it's like you're afraid to commit to the jump because it's almost like this is like a point of no return. Once this door closes, it's gone. You know, and it's not gonna close until you jump. But Spirit is like, we'll meet you on the side. We're over here on that side of the cliff. Like, just jump. We're on the other side of this door. Just jump. This is definitely there's some Five of Pentacles energies coming through here. For sure. There's like a fear, like a lack. Like you fear that you like lack something. Like you're not good enough to experience this, but also like you're not good enough to commit to this. Like your frequency isn't ready, you're not full enough, you're not abundant enough, you don't look good enough. And there's a lot going on here about enough, and Eagle is coming through very strongly like, no, you're definitely enough. Especially with this Queen of Pentacles over here. It's like you are the Queen of Pentacles, and like you hold this pentacle in your womb, and now this pentacle wants to be born out. And Spirit is saying, meet us on the other side of this abundant place so that we can nurture you and revive you and nurture you and take care of you here, so that you can be abundant here, not in the waste, in the rubble, but in something more clear, more full, and more you that's designed for you. But this King of Cups, just every time I get to the edge of that cliff, I can feel it. Like I'm walking through this story with the energy of you, the viewer. Like, it's like every time you approach that cliff, you know, it's like you start to juggle, and you start to like, like, you know, you start to whirlpool, and then like once it comes to the time you're like, I'm gonna do it, it's almost like a whirlpool of just like, you know, it's just like get stuck in like the decision making, and it's like, you know what the best option for you is in this situation, like, you know what it is. You know that getting to the other side where you can be nurtured, where you can be full, where you can feel safe and secure is the best option. But this piece of your life has made you feel so safe and secure for so long that it just feels scary, and almost in your brain it feels illogical for anything new to come of this situation, or anything better to come of this situation. And I can tell you that is not true. It's like this story here almost, where it's just like you're on this side and it's like, here's the rubble, here's the decay, and then you allow yourself to come out of this metamorphosis, and then you burst into this other side of lightness, and now you're abundant, you're full, you're being nurtured, you're being taught, you're being worked with, you're being mentored. It's like you're doubting your own capabilities. And this is similar to another group as well. Like, you're doubting your own capabilities, and it's like the jump is so short. Like, the jump is so short. It's like, like, it's not even like you're scaling a mountain or there's a huge gap. It's like, literally, you could probably stretch your legs out and get to the other side. The jump is really, really short, and you're clinging on like these tiny little bits and pieces of like rubble of your past that are like trying to convince you, but no, this is scary, I can't do this is too scary, the new, the change, I can't, what if this, what if that? And it's like, what are you clinging to? Like, what really is it that you're clinging to? Like, stop playing small. No, you're coming through so strongly as wanting to be this balanced King of Cups and have your emotions work for you. And you are this Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like you've had a lot of beautiful creative ideas come through. You've been building a very abundant mental and emotional and spiritual space, but when it comes to actually fully committing to it and being like, yeah, we got this, it's like immediate like fear, like, oh crap, like, oh, I committed to this, this is really happening, like, I actually have to stick with it and I have to go through with it. That's the scary part, and that's where it seems like you start to juggle and flounder a little bit. So let's get a couple of chakra cards, and then we'll get a couple angel messages as well. So let's see. Okay, we have imagination, third eye chakra. I use my imagination as I create and pursue my dreams and wishes. I ask myself, what do I want? My thoughts create my reality at the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. I use this power to create harmonious relationships between all these levels. I imagine a life I would like to have, and I encourage my thoughts to be truthful, wise, and discerning. In the quietness of meditation, I see and hear the truth. Yeah, definitely. For sure. You've been doing a lot of work, like building up the best place, and like building up. It's very similar to the other pile before. It's like you've been doing a lot of work, and the difference between the two piles is, I feel like, I'm not going to explain too much, but this pile, I'll just keep it in this pile feels like it's not necessarily like you've answered the call, you responded to the call, and now that you've been led to this call, led to the edge of this call where the call wanted to lead you to, and now it's time for you to fully commit and decide and to make that leap. You're like, but wait, like, what's the catch? It's scary, and I actually have to commit to this, and this is gonna render me unrecognizable, because this is a huge life shift, I feel like. Let's get you another chakra wisdom card. We have reward myself. Absolutely. Sacral chakra. I know that I am truly worthy and deserve to receive the good things in life, and I give myself permission to have them. It is time to enjoy the fruits of my labors. Sure is. I aim to incorporate and embrace fun and joy in my life. I realize that all work and no play is a recipe for energy flow disruption and exhaustion. I allow myself to experience and receive more pleasure in my life, and I am flexible and open to change. I am receptive to embracing activities and events that come my way, even those that I may have avoided in the past. Yeah, for sure. In the bottom deck we have, ooh, another third eye. Your third eye is going off. Like, you for sure were intuitively like boom, 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 just doing all the things, you know, like for sure. And you're here, you're at this like breaking point, and not breaking point in a negative way, but you're at this like point of no return. Once you leap, all that other stuff is going to fall away, and that's the scary part about it. So you have the third eye chakra with intuitive perception. I know that what my intuitive senses tell me are true. I open myself to the truth that is within and around me, and I know that it is there for me to receive. I practice developing my intuition, and I know that it is a major aspect of who I am. In the stillness and silence of meditation and contemplation, I will experience and know the truth. So you have a lot about going into meditation and hearing the truth, feeling the truth, being still, and just listening to and trusting your first response. Receive. Group 4. Open up to receive. Open up to know that you're ready and willing to reward yourself. It's like you want to keep running back to this road because it's safe. You want to keep running back to this road because you want to heal and you want to fix. And it's like, but you've done so much of that. You are perfect as you are now to experience this bliss, okay? To experience this level of devotion to self and life and spirit. And you deserve the abundant life that you've been manifesting and that you've been working towards, for sure. There's no question about it. So let's get you an angel message as well and see what's coming through. There's also a need to just be like more gentle to yourself as well. You're really hard on yourself, and sometimes that translates to other people. Career transition, that's definitely coming through for a lot of you. Peace. And indigo and crystal children. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Ooh, that's actually, and bottom deck. Prosperity. Archangel Ariel. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Like, could it get any more blatant? And then you have Archangel Samuel with peace. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. You have Archangel Samuel again with career transition. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So especially with that 3 of Pentacles, maybe that what you're clinging to is an old job or an old way of handling business or old way of viewing yourself or your business or what you want to do. And maybe it's time to rethink that, what that may look like for you, especially using your imagination and your intuitive perception. And then with the indigo children, that was from Archangel Metatron. It could be that some of you are nurturing your natural psychic abilities. Some of you are actually working with children, want children, or having children, especially with the Queen of Pentacles out here with fertility. You know, she speaks a lot about fertility. There's a lot of nurturing going on here. There's a lot of abundance that is coming in, and it's time for you to enjoy this abundance and enjoy these fruits. The inner child is coming in too through this card, and it's like your inner child is tired. Like your inner child is just tired of doing inner child work and shadow work and healing work, and your inner child just wants a large field to just run out and play and be in peace and be peaceful for some time. It feels like you've been healing for a long time, which all these piles have that essence to them, and it's time for you, Pile 4, truly to understand that you've done the work. And it's like you don't recognize that you've done the work. Like ego is coming through that with that very, very strongly. Like you don't recognize that you've actually literally have been doing the work. And you keep running back to this safe place in this rubble and this decay, trying to find things to fix or cling on to, and it's like, no, you've been doing the work. Like, it's safe. It's safe to take this leap from the other side. You're not abandoning anything, and you shouldn't feel guilty about anything. You shouldn't have this survivor's guilt where it's like, oh, if I take this leap, but what if other people can't make this leap? And it's like, yeah, sure, maybe some people won't be able to make this leap, but you will. And you can't avoid that, and you can't leap for other people, and there's a lot that you've done for other people and for yourself, and there's a lot that you will continue to do for other people and yourself. But it's time to trust and just take that leap, whatever that leap looks like for you. So that is all I am receiving as of right now for our group 4. Thank you so much for visiting me in this video. If it did not resonate, that is okay. Just take what resonates and the rest will fall away, my friend. And I hope to see you next time, and I hope this brought you some clarity. And continue honoring and nurturing your inner eagle. All right, have a good day. Bye.